brought like very business, I mean, maybe marketing, let me use the word marketing, that also brought visibility to so many brands. WhatsApp marketing also is also a good way to put out products or brands, as well as tracking maybe their performances and adjusting. If you try to track performances and then, let's say, adjusting towards their target audiences, I think that could also really, really, really help me putting out the businesses or let's say the brand out there. Also, if I would say, um, talking about talking about maybe developing the marketing strategy for an SME, I would also, let's say, content coordination, the engagement, basic campaign tracking. You get to track their campaign visibilities. I think that is something I would also incorporate in the process of developing a marketing strategy for an SME consulting. I think that's something that I could as well do.
Okay. Um, how do you measure success of marketing campaigns and what do you look out for? Like if you're to measure your success, what do you look out for? Considering the campaigns you just
Sorry, you were
mentioned.
breaking. If I'm to measure,
If you're to measure the success of your marketing campaigns, what do you look out for? Because you mentioned
okay,
some
I look
channels.
out for,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I mentioned some channel like using maybe WhatsApp channels to probably put out the brand out there for a success visibility. And I'll look for let's say let's say simple performances, like if the goal visibility is able to make impression, and let's say profile visits. Let's say for a brand that has maybe an Instagram page, you check out for like the profile visits, um, maybe performances, the engagements on that brand's page. Let's say um, for the sales as well, if the sales is more than the usual, track conversations between customers and their clients. Those are things I would look out for the progress of a good channel campaign.
Okay. Um, so how do you prioritize? Because you're going to be working hand in hand with the business strategist, that's the CEO. So if you were to juggle between different, tasks, how would you prioritize? Let's just say all of these tasks are important. How would you prioritize?
Yeah, okay. Prioritizing some tasks. Um, it's just like having like my time, being time you're doing, and also maybe um, prioritizing my communication with my customers, maybe with the CEO as well, making sure that things are things are put together in the most valuable way. Juggling multiple juggling of tasks is really not something that comes easily, but I feel like with um, with the impact that I have, I could actually do that. I am a very positive person, and I could with juggling tasks as I'll be working with the CEO be something I'll be very much interested to do, like very, very interested to do. One time management, the urgency, alignment with like business goals are things I would put in place. And also having like open communication with the CEO, something that would really, really help.
Okay. So tell me, you've mentioned communication. How would you approach managing clients' relationship? Because let's assume you're given this role, you're a business stroke marketing manager. How would you manage your client relationships? And let's just say you have a very difficult client. How would you manage such relationship?
everything. We have different kind of customers, which matters as well. Customers can be very, I don't know the right word to use, but being patient, handling it with patience, there is nothing you can sort with being patient. Firstly, you don't have to be rude to these customers. Clients, like they say, clients are always right, but not like they are always right most of the time. But you should be able to handle your customers in the appropriate manner. So I feel like, firstly, being patient, open minded, always ready to receive these people just the way they come.
Okay. Let's say I'm a client. I come to you and I'm like, I want to develop a campaign surrounding environmental, like I don't give you a specific topic, but I want it to be surround environmental, based. How would you, try to break through my ambiguity? By ambiguity, I mean I have not told you the particular thing I want. I just want that campaign environmental based. How are you going to, narrow it down? Or how are you going to like coin out ideas to make me like to hook me, exactly, to hook me as a first time client?
Sorry, can you come again with your question? I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay, I am a first time client. I'm not really sure about what I want to do. And I come to you, I tell you, I want to create a campaign surrounding environment. I don't have a particular idea in mind, but I want a campaign that is environmental based. How would you go about creating ideas that will hook me, that will make me a paying customer?
Okay, firstly, I could I could try to give out educational content, maybe for free, um, shareable content that are educational wise that could probably hook you down. I feel like that way is just a strategy to bring you in, bringing you closer. You know how customers can be. So also maybe giving you like some community engagement, like a green pledge saying that um, it's just like, firstly, if I give you like a free taste for value, you would want to come back. I feel like that's the way. And I'll also like, secondly, let's say, paint the vision of the success of the business to you. I mean, how this campaign works is building your brand's voice, you're building your brand's voice, growing awareness, also attracting maybe possible options that could, like partnerships that could probably, I don't know the right word to use, but I know that if I paint the vision of how the business is going to be like in a positive way, that's one way to bring you right into the business. Also, building trust and, let's say, an offer structure. That way, it's just like the trust between myself and that particular customer, offering like the structure of the vision of the brand. I'm very sure putting that to you is just a way of um, bringing you, not trying to cajole you that way, but it's also a way that could help maybe your mind to want to join, basically.
Okay, so if I'm going to be very sincere, there were certain keywords I was looking out to hear, which I have not heard. And I was looking out to hear you say you would want to clarify your standpoint by asking me questions about what I want, because I feel like asking questions, if you ask me certain questions, you'll be able to narrow down to get the exact campaign I want. Those were what I was, one of the things I was meaning to hear, which I did not, notwithstanding. So how do you stay updated with marketing trends? Because for you to be uh, a business stroke marketing manager, you should know what is trending. You should know how to hook somebody. So how do you keep up and how do you stay updated?
With marketing
Marketing trends and best practices. How do you stay updated?
trends, I may get you correctly.
Sorry?
And days, my connection is unstable.
What
Sorry,
did you
can you hear me?
say?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You were saying something. What did you say? So I was
Sorry, can you hear me?
asking,
My connection is a bit
yes, your
unstable.
connection, your network connection is very bad. So I was asking, how do you stay updated with marketing
Yeah, I
trends?
was saying that how I could.
So you guys, her network is very bad, and see, this should be like a lesson to every candidate. If you're going for an interview, look for the best spots that you can get strong connection and reception. Stay prepared and dress for it. Like, it's not okay. You're attending an interview, you're dressing, you're wearing a polo. You're wearing a polo for a white collar job. It doesn't make sense to me. You're looking very casual when your email says dress appropriately, like you would for a physical interview. Like, we need to do better. A lot of people keep complaining there is no job out there, but you're not prepared. People are not prepared. You are interviewing people, you're asking A, they're answering Z. Like, my head is just mumbled up. I had a sweet time yesterday. Like, throughout yesterday, I was conducting interviews and some candidates stood out. Like, you ask them questions, they cover every aspect. Like, a particular person stood out. I asked him a question and his answer covered almost all of the questions I had set. He answered them appropriately. You could tell that this person was prepared. He has hands on experience. Not to say if you don't have experiences, you should not be given an opportunity to work. Of course, you're going to work. If you don't work, how are you going to garner these experiences? But at least be prepared. Say something. Say something.
Hello.
So, your network is
Ah,
terrible.
very terrible. I'm so
Your
sorry.
network is terrible. And that's why I said look for somewhere where you have strong connection.
Yeah, that's why I had to change the Wi-Fi. But I think it's the server from this.
Okay, let me just ask you one more question before we round off. I have another interview for 1 o'clock. So, if you were in a situation where you have pitched a campaign suggestion to your boss and he disagrees with your marketing approach, how would you go about convincing him or making him see the light in your suggestion?
Okay. Firstly, if he if he does that, I probably go re-strategize. Maybe he's not very convinced. I would bring maybe different um um how do I put it? Try to look for the right word to use. Um, um, I would definitely try to convince him, bring in different options, re-strategizing, maybe whatever thing he sees, the reasons why he's disagreeing, maybe my timing, my audience, maybe the budget or the tone that I have used to pitch that. I would just find a way, definitely finding a way to offer my best idea, probably similar to the one I have first pitched to him, but definitely not relenting. Yes, I would never relent. But at the end of the day, I know that um, I am focused on my work and I am hopeful on his feedback by standing by my good strategy.
Okay. So, before we end it, where do you reside?
I reside in Abuja.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this job is in Lagos. It's in Lagos and it's a hybrid position. If it was 100% remote, that wouldn't have been an issue, but it's hybrid. Yes. So, anyways,
Okay.
thank you for your time. And please,
Yes.
for your next interview, just ensure that you're appropriately dressed and that your connection is very, very strong because your network has been a serious issue. Thank you for
Okay.
your time.
Sorry, and thank you for your opportunity.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you.
You guys, I have a headache. Okay. Hi, Canary. Hi, Tiffany. Good morning. No, good afternoon. It's afternoon here. Oh, it's Abby. Yeah, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, welcome to my latest life. Of late, I've been talking so much, not shouting. No, not been shouting. Like I've been trying to do some recruiting and some interviewing, and my head is aching. And then you're inviting somebody for an interview. They send you, see, God, you see this generation, they are very savage. Like, how can I send you an interview invitation? You acknowledge your mail, you're telling me that you're going to come, knowing fully well that you're going to ghost. We need to give our lives to Christ. How can you ghost me when you know you're not going to turn up for this interview? And then some people turn up looking all very nonchalant. Doesn't make sense. Even if the job is a remote role, it's not okay that you turn up nonchalant. It doesn't make sense. See. Uh, so I know I've been ghosting on YouTube. I have been ghosting on YouTube. Whenever I'm stressed, I stay away from YouTube because I feel like 50% or 40% of my stress comes from YouTube. Sincerely. 40% of my stress level comes from YouTube. So whenever I feel like I'm stressed up here, I stay away from YouTube for my sanity and for my mental health. And I think I'm beginning to balance it out. Okay, let's see. One more person. So, in case you're wondering, my name is Carol. I'm a legal practitioner. I manage our personnel. I recruit. I conduct interviews. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. You're right on time. I like it. Hello, Stephanie. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, but okay. You're frozen. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, I
oh,
can.
I think
I
there's
can see
something
you.
that's
I can see you and hear you now.
okay.
All right. So, how are you doing today? Okay.
How are you, ma'am?
Okay. I just want you to be comfortable. I hope you're good. I cannot hear you.
And thank you. I'm doing fine.
Okay. Okay. So, quickly tell me about yourself, your background, educationally and career-wise.
Okay, so my name is Stephanie Budua. Um, I'm from Delta State. I studied Master of Communication at the Federal Polytechnic. Right after that, I think a year after that, media firm, and since then I've been with media firms. What I do, I think I do is brand management.
Stephanie, I can hardly hear you. Your voice is faint.
Is it better?
Yes, it's better now.
Oh, okay. So what I said is, so I studied mass communication in the Federal Polytechnic of Bauchi,
Okay.
and since 2020, working with media firms, reports in both like Nigerian-based media and foreign-based NGOs reporting stories. So after that, I did a little bit of admin work with a health organization in university. Then so currently, what I do is I manage brands, content creation from brands, content strategy, and content management from brands. So that basically is really helping brands position themselves strategically, just so they're able to meet their client goals, their pressure clients, what to do sales, boost returns, and increase digital profits in general.
Okay. It's a struggle to hear you. I'm really struggling to hear you. Okay. So tell me, you've been working with media firms, yeah? So how would you develop a marketing
Yeah.
yes. How would you develop a marketing strategy for a consulting SME with a limited budget?
A consultant, what sort of consulting? Is it a legal
Media.
consultancy?
Okay, so the name of the firm is Caris Business Intelligence Consulting. Is they're into business strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I would do basically is I feel every business strategy is relative. I don't think two businesses use similar strategies.
Okay.
So what I would do is know the brand itself, like what they are selling, what they stand for, their core values or core identities, and that is what we build on because it varies from brand to brand. So say a brand that is big on big my strategy will be completely different from a brand that is into real estate, right? But one thing that I feel like is core was very intentional to all brands, regardless of their niche, is social media,
Hi, Riot.
harnessing social media. And this will be done through SEOs, social media campaigns, social media ads, and occasionally we'll do
No, I'm working. I'm conducting
community
interviews
survey, if I should call
for
it that.
candidates.
Community survey, community outreach, like we're actually going into the community because other than social media community, which is very important, an actual community in real life is also very important. And I think when I am trying to manage for my moves, it just helps me build on that better.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, if you were to switch a marketing strategy, let's just say you've developed a business stroke marketing strategy for a client, and the client just calls you last minute that you have to switch such strategies because it's not aligning with whatever it is they have in mind, how would you go about it? Like, what would be such situation? In fact, give me a real time situation. If you've been in that spot, give me a real time situation. How did you go about it, and what was the outcome?
Okay, so one thing was
Oh, the kids are fine. They are good. Thank you.
I was reporting something for an NGO in the US, and based off time difference, I'm making it so I prepared with it. But I was about going ahead with the original plan, and they said that what they wanted me to each local government. So instead of reporting based off outsourcing reporting to other people, I had to be there in person. So what I had to do was okay, the one is fine. Because at the end of the day, it's what the brand wants that matters. And what I had to do was to okay, replan, take our time to replan because even if you're changing things last minute, you still have to look at the possibility of the possibility of that new strategy yielding the best returns, as well maintaining the brand identity and brand profile. Take up time to still analyze the new strategy and wait. Basically,
Okay. So let's say you have two important tasks. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So let's say you have to juggle two important tasks for the day. How would you manage, these competing tasks, and how would you prioritize to ensure that you are supporting your CEO and that the business is moving forward? How would you prioritize two competing tasks?
Two competing tasks.
Yes, two of
But
them
like you said,
are of priority.
I'll say 5 hours to run those stats. I schedule 2 hours for the first, 2 hours for the latter, and just see how I can be efficient within those allocated time slots in carrying out these things. Another thing that would help is designating certain duties, because at the end of the day, there are certain things that will not be able to do at certain times. So delegate certain things to people and just supervise in general. Right. Yeah, that would help as well. Delegating and time management.
Okay, why not? What
Yeah, I
if,
think
assume that you do not have any delegate? What if you do not have any subordinates to delegate to? How would you still go about it?
okay, so that's where time management now plays the key role. So you allocate or allocate a certain number of minutes or hours to each task and try to be as efficient as possible with those tasks within the allocated time. Yeah.
Okay. So, as a business stroke marketing manager, what marketing channels do you consider most effective for SMEs, and why do you consider them effective?
The one I think is most effective is social media, because then you're able to reach a larger audience. And oftentimes, for SMEs, their key audience is not within their immediate vicinity. So if we're using traditional marketing options, it might be limited because your key audience or your key customer base is not within your vicinity. So even if when you're doing traditional media, you're doing marketing for people who are not going to come in as potential clients on the long run. So social media is the best, or an SME. Social media, I think, will be the best here.
Okay. So, for this role, I'd like you to understand that it also includes PA responsibilities. Do you understand? Like you're working directly with the CEO. So, how would you manage multiple tasks? Let's say you have to coordinate your CEO's schedule for the day. You have to bring up strategies for the business. You have to, how are you going to marry all of these responsibilities together?
I think
Hi,
something that's
Mr.
actually very key,
Robert.
especially with the PA role
Welcome.
or roles in general, is timely and prompt communication. Yes. So yeah, I think prompt communication is very important. So I have a list of things that the CEO will do on a specific day. So I put that into the calendar. And then I inform them, oh, okay, at social time, we're doing this, we're doing that. So that is already sorted via email or via documents. That's already like on their schedule. That is on their schedule. Yeah, social time we're doing this. But when that is not happening, there are other tasks that need to be performed. So we stay on the tasks meant for each slot. But just break it down into time slots. Okay, from this time to this time, we're handling this. And yeah, I think that would be a great way to handle tasks while keeping track of daily schedule.
Okay. So before I ask you the next question, have you worked with an SME before?
Not really. No,
Okay,
not
so
really.
I would like you to understand that
No.
this organization is an SME, and SMEs have challenges. They usually encounter challenges ranging from financial, environmental, name it, you know. So, and if you should encounter these challenges while working for Caris Media, how do you intend to overcome these challenges? Hello, Stephanie. Her network is bad. But it's even fair. It's fair comparing to the other two. Her network is very fair. Why is my face looking all like that? Right. Oh, she has dropped. Oh, should you help the other person? Oh, my shoulders ache. I'm exhausted. Omo, talking all day is not easy. I've been talking since yesterday. I've been talking. My cheeks hot. Hello, Stephanie. You're back.
Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you now. I can see you now. I can hear you.
So, so I was saying, well, for this, I don't think there's any problem with that for course. So, have the course, we look at possible solutions to that root cause. So, we deal with this first. If it's in terms of finance, or why we're not having an inflow, we're not having an inflow of finance or funds for the SME. Are we not making sales? Are we not reaching our key market, not advertising properly? So having identified the main roots or because of that problem, this okay, this is what the issue is, how we tackle it. Yeah, I think this is it.
Okay. Um. Okay. So you're a business strategist, a business marketing manager, and you're going to be working hand in hand with clients. Have you ever encountered a difficult client? Like you have brought up strategies, you have put up a very good campaign to the best of your knowledge. This campaign is the best for the client's approach. And your client comes to you and tells you, I don't like this. You shouldn't have done it this way. I prefer this other way. And you have limited time. How would you handle such situations? Bear in mind, this client is very rude. How would you handle the situation?
Okay, so first off, yes, I've met a lot of rude clients in the course of my career, a lot of them. So the thing is, at the end of the day, the client has a goal or a vision in their head for each campaign or each strategy or each let's say each campaign we have a picture in their mind. And as business try to do, yeah, bring that dream to it. There are often times that people I try to get for. Some might fit, some well spoken. In that what we do, hear the clients, get their picture, their ambiguity in terms of get their idea clear. Then if it's something, the whole sheet should be a redo of your whole strategy is a redo because even if you're doing a campaign and it's not selling the or it's not selling the ad that the client has, I really don't think it's a it's the same. I really don't think it will. What I'll just put okay, I did this. What you want me to do? What you want me to change about? Want me to add? And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So okay, so bearing in mind the same situation, but this time it is your boss and not your client. How would you go about it?
Still the same thing, or still the same approach, basically, because now it's quite different. Now your voice is someone you're working with directly, and you're working with a firm who offers business solutions.
I can hardly hear
So
you.
this strategy of getting how that strategy is. So
Stephanie, I cannot hear you.
okay. So if I was telling it's not me as an individual.
I can see you now, but I can't hear you.
Is it better, ma?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, is he that is running pain or distracted? So if I run through my boss or bike it, obviously because it's for a company as opposed to myself. So if the business changed this, obviously changed or corrected. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so as a business stroke marketing manager, how do you keep yourself updated with trends and what is the business best practice, like in your career, in your line of career? How do you keep up with the best practices and what is trending? Like for us lawyers and HR, there are certain things that trends from time to time. You know that.
But what is trending?
Yes.
But
So how do you keep yourself updated with the best marketing trends and best practices?
okay, so for basically social media trend.
Okay.
Social media trends. I feel like everything is still comes down to social media. Like I said earlier, social media every month. So we just kind of switch or tweak and a particular trend can and that trend go for a clothing brand depends on if there's a specific which type of visual. Yes, so basically keep up with social media trend.
Okay, so let's say there's a particular sound, trending. Like I think right now the Labubu trend for fashion, and your client or your boss wants you to use the Labubu to tailor it into whatever campaign you want to do for your client. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to tweak the Labubu trend into that particular campaign, bearing in mind that this is not a fashion brand? How would you tweak it?
So okay, let me ask, what's the brand about?
It's just an hypothetical question. It's just an hypothetical question. Let's just say probably it's a school. Let's just say it's a school. You're to create a campaign for a school. How are you going to marry the Labubu into the school campaign?
Okay. Okay, so first of all, I think Labubu trends out on one out. It do have first of using the app. I would use time with the kid. Say the kid use this sound, the visuals, and that. So I could probably or kids playground a caption, a caption that um a caption that no labubu daytime at school is always probably somewhere on the screen, you're written on the screen. So the Labubu soundtrack where it is playing, then there's a text that says probably no Labubus or we don't have Labubus, but playtime at school, so and so school is always on, I think.
Okay. Okay. So
That is one.
okay.
Or I would have like a costume. Okay, like a costume. The last trend is playing and prom dress like Teddy, basically costume day, more like again like a costume day, face paint, it's on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where do you reside? Hello.
I'm in Lagos now.
Okay. What area?
I'm in Lagos.
Yes, what area of
Ma'am.
Lagos? Because this firm is on the mainland. What area of Lagos do you say?
Jack.
I didn't get that, please.
After Jan.
Uh,
After phase was to Paikota, I think.
oh, you stay on the island.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this firm is actually on the mainland. So how do we marry the distance?
Where on the mainland? Is it so far out?
It's Palm Grove, Ikorodu Road, Palm Grove, not at Ikorodu, Palm Grove. You know what? This call is going to end soon.
Okay, so what's the worst
Sorry? This call is going to end soon, but in case it ends, just
Okay.
click on the link again and we continue because I'd really like to gain clarity on how you're going to
Please, hi.
what? Stephanie, I cannot hear you.
Oh, is it a Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you for your time and have a beautiful day ahead.
You too, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yep. I'm smiling because oh mom. So you know how a lot of HR I have a lot to say. Seriously, I have a lot to say, but I'm trying to weigh how I say it and what I say because you know how I see a lot of HR consultants and HR personnel go on LinkedIn to rant. Like there's always a lot to rant about candidates and employees and whatnot, you know. I don't think I want to be that person. I don't want to be that person to ever go online to rant about employees or candidates. But they are dragging me. I'm serious. Like when I see attitudes, I've been in such positions where I've had to go for interviews. My interview is for 10. I ensure that at 9:50 I'm in the vicinity waiting. And once it's say 9:59, I go into the vicinity because I don't want to look around. Do you understand? I go there and I sit and I wait. And if it has to be a virtual interview, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm not asking you to log in 10 hours, but at least 5 minutes or 2 minutes beforehand, log onto the platform and wait. Sometimes the host has to give permission, but just be at the door. Wait for the host to come and let you in and let the interview begin. But you're logging in, you're telling your interviewer, oh, sorry, wait. You go and close door. Oh, wait. It's very unprofessional. It's really wrong. Like you are attending a virtual, just assume that this interview is a physical interview. What stops you from dressing the parts? What stops you from looking the part? I'm looking like this because my video was off. You know, it's only my audio that was on. If my video were to be on, I would dress the part hair wise. But we need to do better because a lot of our generation complain there are no jobs out there. But being in the human resource business, there are jobs. There are jobs. But are people prepared? People are not prepared. You ask them A, they're answering Z. Like for me, I like to give people time. You know, although they reached out today, they indicated their interest today, so I do not really blame them. But the second person, somehow she's okay because you can tell that this is what she's doing. She has like ample ideas about every question I asked her. But unlike the first person, you know, but if you're giving time, like sometimes you're giving the whole weekend to prepare for an interview and you turn up on Monday, you're very clueless. You don't know anything about the interview because somehow you feel like, okay, you either have a relationship or you know me. It doesn't stop you from going through the regular interview route. For someone like me, I don't like to be given a job based off of, oh, okay, I know Carol, she's my person, just give her, please interview me. I want to be, employed based on credit because I don't want tomorrow, did I say credit or merit, based off of merit? Because I don't want a situation where tomorrow be like, oh, she has a job because I gave it to her. Mm-mm. I went through the regular process. I applied, I interviewed, I got the job. So let's always do our own part. I know a lot of people turn to social media. A lot of us are influencers, but sometimes you it's okay. It's wise to have this steady source of income. And when you're given the platform and the opportunity, do it. Dress the part, act the part, be prepared, because it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Since yesterday, I know what I've been saying. I've conducted interviews for people, yeah, but The shenanigans I've seen between yesterday and today is mind blowing. Yesterday, self, my spit was almost getting dry. How can you be in an interview like your mail specifically said, sit in a quiet environment, dress the part, but you're walking on the road? Like I went off, it came on, I went off again, it came on, like you're walking and you're telling me you're searching for a perfect spot for network. Omo, even if I'm doing this now because I'm online, I'm live. Normally, I won't even talk about it because for me, I feel like there's no point coming online to rant about all of these things. Because what if the employee or the candidate sees that post? The candidate will start thinking, "Hey, she's preaching me. I don't want to be that person." But it is well, oh, it is well. Hmm? Okay, I went live. She said I should go live. I went live. And look at this one. Look at the WhatsApp number. This one was scheduled. Her interview was scheduled for 11 a.m. She didn't turn up. Now she's now she's chatting me up. Like, what's wrong with people? Jesus. I sent you a mail. You acknowledged it that you'll be around for the interview, like you're waiting. I waited all through 11. The next interview was for 12. All through like 11, I waited. And I made the link open so she could log in at any point in time, not strictly 11 o'clock. Like, I don't know what's up with people. Oh, yes, please. Anyways, we move. There's something my husband used to say. You know, that time when he was saying it, made me think that it's a joke. You know, he says something like, when you are prepared, irrespective of the time. No, he said preparedness. When preparedness meets opportunity. That's how he used to put it. But in essence, what it means is if you're prepared at every point in time, when an opportunity presents itself, you grab such opportunity and you fly high, you know. Then I don't used to understand it, but maturity has taught me that you need to be prepared. I've been telling people, like, my job as a company lawyer, I was interviewed on the spot. I was in my office in my previous place of employment and I was called upon. Can we conduct an interview? And I'm like, oh yes, why not? And we had the interview there and then. There and then, in less than 10 minutes, I was invited to the second interview. You know you're out there, you're looking for job opportunities, you're looking to progress in your career, you're looking to pivot, be prepared because you don't even know when the opportunity will present itself. But people just sit down, you're chilling, you're waiting. Oh, you have an interview prepared for Monday, you now start running kitty kata. Friday, Saturday. No, let's say Friday, you have not touched your book. Saturday, you have not touched your book. Then Sunday nights, you now start to run like headless chicken. You now come on Monday looking all clueless. It doesn't make sense. Even if you don't know anything about this company, it's a media company, at least you should have an idea. Or logistics company, you should have an idea what logistics does. You should have an idea what a consulting or a media firm does. Sorry, oh, I hope I'm not ranting, Sha. How is this? This Stephanie? Okay, it's hybrid. Excellent. Mila, you know you should get Mr. Robert. I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, Jire. I was on with someone. Mile, Mile, oh, Mommy, Mile,
Yes.
Ewe, you know you're supposed to like get fancy bags.
Huh?
You know you're supposed to like get fancy bags.
Bag.
Yeah, if I were you, I would use fancy bags to put those ashwebi. Keko sentang. Ntekekpe yemi, mpe use fancy bags. Ndong mo for don't know mo.
Ndagam.
Agree no. Akpe deb now.
Okay.
As in the tighty, you know how nang cinnamon line na my can you know should be probably no anything sick presenting no more nte ekpri okpo swap.
I'm try the price cool right.
Nto
No, 10% mind no.
yes, ba akpe make sense so you know
But
if I make brain.
but this guy no.
Onye Kingsley.
No, come man, let's see. And the guy my young so
Mommy, na make him for different. That's why akpe maybe ekpe peg enye 7.
yeah.
Akpe peg K7. I may send to the group.
Even if I at that 6, you never bring up.
You know, uncle dey be tie tune. Akereke by tune one. Although if it's accumulated is something, but he work in trail, no think am. Akpe yom this yon dem po. Let's just say highest. Nten so ke akpe yom di de bi da do. Me for some wrong. Me for some wrong. So akpe maninam so maybe like program or fan or something they can look at. You get it make pay print. Omo. No, don't stress. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. You're in Minam souvenir. Sorry, I'm speaking my dialect. You're in Minam the souvenir. Omo. But didn't you see those fancy bags that Oshodi? For how many pieces?
Oh, 12.
What? So that means one bag is 1,000. So how is that? No, for waiting now. Waiting.
You know what? That's I was looking for a smaller one like this wallet.
That's rip off, please. Which kind of play with that? How about that kind of souvenir bag? The one for my wedding. That one I gave. That one that small size. Is that one I'm thinking. For no doom Benusung, they will give you retail price.
That is Benusung that goes through the link here outside. Shops in the boom them.
Those shops you are the one paying their NEPA bill and their shop rent. No be only them. No be only them. Even me. What did they?
Asians.
Exactly. They are all even in their Asians.
They make money. They don't make money for Nigeria.
Even the Nigerians too are making their own money. Nobody wants forehand.
But you've been sending them outside the church, you need all 7,000.
Before.
Mine all 6,000.
What's taking you 6, a phone or 6. Then every other person, you can just tell them that increase. Then go buy them, it go shock you, I tell you. First off, send some to Daddy. Daddy want to.
Then you see that girl, never from one remember me can Calabar.
That's what I see. Oh. But then, if we're to do it here, who go get time go market? And Joe is working. Me here, I don't have that time.
Don't go.
Shebi,
I don't move. I'm not your busy senior men. See, I met before we went to Lagos. But now here it's easier. Even if I go to that Lagos market, I know where they are selling, so I'll just go there.
the Esfavors on Shebi is the same amount now. Who can also go the 6?
8,000.
It's just no
Oh,
6. It's 6.
Uh,
It's the same thing.
and then you say, I don't want to put it.
No, Inco would work it now.
But me, I will not go into someone I can't see now. You can get it now. Time where we say you see they far.
Time no dey, no be July with this so. Shebi we don enter second week already. Wahala.
Okay, Junior, and you know the reason.
I beg leave that one, I beg.
The mass next week, then I mean I'm going, yeah.
So concern.
Right, so. You know, Rose, my man needed. Yeah, yes. Yeah, we are young, go for face down. Ah, go on, the other. Oh, la la. Look where you interview,
Her network was bad. Then secondly, okay, it's not that first person. No, that first person, that was another person.
So,
So today I've done 4.
you forget my you go feed them go.
Mhm.
So we put them in every come with me, yeah,
Yeah, thinking you pay rent because I'm running my office from the house.
Parents.
Hello.
Okay now. You pay now. Pay that bill. It's very, very important too. My mission road. Landlady, my everything there is
That
important.
mama, very strong woman. Oh. That her yellow wrapper. She now every time she's talking. Every time she's talking. Yo.
Every time you ever was in dinner,
Oh we.
man gone.
It's because of people like her that made everybody they tag old women as very quarrelsome. Seriously. Normally, if probably and I see an old person, I avoid. They can tell tomorrow, eh? Oh,
Man say now you go for mission road. That is at least
Oh, God.
No. I've ever found nice in window space said we say in the morning get from. You go for.
Oh, good. They say me, but am I kicking out for me, but am I can. Jehovah, listen. Eh? Nah,
Okay, ma, you know why I go get all the yana parawa. How?
Tanu, mommy favor. Every day I remember how. Every day. Oh, in fact, every time I see, this coily hair that is raining now. Every time I see that hair, I remember your favor. See now that the hair is raining, we will be non-plate and pass. As a growing girl, I don't plate and pass because of your favor. Okay. I miss her gone.
It's fine.
No, she's late.
Eh?
Now, what for you, mommy? It's over 10 years. It's over 12. What am I saying? How old am I? Yafevo died since before Auntie Maite moved to Ijegun.
Huh?
Yes, now.
I mean, God,
She died before Auntie Maite moved to Ijegun.
you don't mean it.
Yes, no.
Sure.
Chukwu Okike. These people have taken life though.
How? It doesn't more.
Ah, Yafe don't go since so.
Magic. You don't come us back.
Na Wakadugbo.
The last time I saw her was at Rojo Lema. Everybody was him. Was he in his daughter? And you have, I think it was.
We used to avoid her now. Yo.
That was the only way for you to read.
First day, I remember the first day. Yes, what are you looking for? That early morning, Auntie Maite sent me something. I even missed the compound self. Had gone far. Before I remembered, I said there's one big house. And I saw her, I remembered. Yes, what am I looking for? I said, I'm looking for Brother Mike. Who are you? I said, my aunt sent me. She now told me Brother Mike has left. And true. When I went, Auntie Christy said he just left. Auntie Maite gave me Auntie Maite supposed to pay me because I was her courier. Hey God, I've been the courier. We carry letter from Mushogbo. It's Hassan and Yeno. Ika Mushiro, Ika Kino. And then I'm on to Igbo Street after school. Nye mi Aisha, Nka Ikate. Nka nke no letter. Them be users, they play their love. Hi God. The mommy Calabash one was worse. Kaka, don't know if you're cooking your won't be any me town now. Oh, I'm Brother Mike now on top say auntie in-law. He will give. She need to go and buy beer. God I beg. What a life.
Talk of mommy Calabash. I saw her in my dream today.
I call her no be your sister. I beg, farm for your farm.
Oh. This one not be farm for your farm.
A farm for your farm, I beg. Farm for your farm. Hey, Jesus. Okay, you guys. Any other see people whose applications are coming in till tomorrow. I will schedule them for tomorrow. I'm done for today. My head hurts.
Yes, now we say look at two.
You guys, thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I'm exhausted. My eye hurts a lot. I've been talking since morning. I need to take a chill pill, look at some documents, and then I'll rest. I missed coming on here a little bit. I chose my peace and my mental health over noise and stress. So yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for coming to my live stream. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Riot. Thank you, Canary. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. Okay, see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Oh, who that? What did they chop? What did you buy? You buy? I know buy carrots or cucumber. I won't begin the chop plenty cucumber.